Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Pittsburgh Pirates Franchise. We start today at 20-19. We are 5 for 5 in our last 10, but only 2 games behind the Brewers, who we will see later in the episode. We had a great game versus Atlanta that we highlighted last episode. Game 2, we do drop, and I wanted to take a look here at the box score. We got 8 hits, 5 walks, and 5 strikeouts. A home run from Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, and then a mixed bag in pitching performance. Heaney, not a good game. Majinski, not a good game. And everyone else behind them was okay. So I wanted to take a look at Bob Bradford as an example of how broken scouting in this game is. As I said, I'm going to move forward here, but look at his numbers. His draft rank on the MLB board is 43, but for some reason the Pirates do not have him ranked on the board. I just wanted to include this as a statistical anomaly. I don't know how this guy is not on our board. So anyways, Paul Skeens versus Chris Sale is going to close out the series versus the Braves today. And let's go ahead and hop in with a player lock for Paul Skeens. Reminder, epic game in Game 1. We lost pretty badly in Game 2. And it's up to Skeens now in Game 3 to take this series. And so far this year, he has been incredibly reliable with a sub-2 ERA. We begin against Acuna Jr., who is averaging .313 this year. And at the top of the first pitch comes in, and it's 101 on the outer edge. Skeens is absolutely warmed up today, so yeah, should be a good one. I hope so. And the sinker is hit hard and well to right field, and he can't get there. Okay, so Acuna is going to have a leadoff double for Atlanta. Not a good way for us to start, but promising for Atlanta. See if Skeens can bounce back. Okay, it's Jurickson Profar, averaging .241, 0-1 against him now. And that curveball hangs quite a bit. It goes deep to right field, but it is brought down. Acuna advances to third, and we've got 1 out now. All right, 90 feet away from scoring the first run. Don't want that to happen, especially this early, and Marcell Ozuna is going to watch strike 2 come in. All right, man on third. Let's try something going away, and that caught way too much of the plate. Ozuna lifts it to right field, and it is out of here. Atlanta taking an early 2-0 lead off of Paul Skeens. That pitch just missed its mark and landed right dead center of the zone. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. All right, so the name of the game now is Stay Back in Control, limited to just the 2, and Matt Olson is next, and he will watch strike 3, 100 miles an hour, just throws him at the plate, and Skeens bounces back with a strikeout. Now just to get out of the inning, give our offense a chance to get us back in the game, and Austin Riley is at the plate now, and hit hard, but he's well underneath it, pops it up behind home plate, and yes, we can get it. All right, I thought that was going out of bounds, but Bard is able to snag that. All right, top of the second now, 1-2 against Michael Harris. The offense didn't give us anything in the bottom of the first, and that slider is driven to center field, and posted under it is Cruz. All right, we got our first out. 2-2 now to Ozzie Albies. He's only averaging .207. Still want to try to treat him with respect there, but that sinker comes in to strike him out. I know that Albies can be dangerous. Sean Murphy is going to be inheriting a 2-2 count, and now it's full here in the top of the second. 2 outs, and Skeens cannot hit the zone with that curveball. Wow, that thing was beautiful, but just barely above. All right, 0-1 against Orlando Arcia now in the 9 spot, averaging 145. And that sinker is grounded over to second base, and we are out of the top of the second now. Come on, offense. Let's go.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
All right, they answered. They delivered. It's 2-2 now. We are back to square one. And that slider inside jams Acuna, and he pops it up just behind the mound. All right, top third with 1 out now. It is 0-1 against Profar. And he drives that deep to right field. It's going back slowly and right in front of the wall. That is brought down for out number 2. There we go. All right, Ozuna back here again. 0-2, 2 outs. And that's much better. The sweeper drops below the zone, and we get him. 0-2 against Olson here in the top of the 4th. And that is... oh, it hits Skeens. Okay. He recovers, throws to first, and we got him. But don't you play with me. Don't you hurt Paul Skeens. He's limping. Bart comes to check on him. He gives the stanky leg. Lets him know he remembers that song. Okay. He's walking. He's going to wave off the trainer. All right, Skeens is okay. Full count now. 1 out. And Austin Riley will strike out. 103. High and inside. Skeens might be feeling some extra adrenaline off of that hit. And now it's 0-2 against Michael Harris. And that is taken to right field and fairly deep. But before the warning track, we're posted up and we snag it. All right. Here's a comparison so far today between Chris Sale and Paul Skeens. And it looks like we are getting the better. Sale's allowed 7 hits and 3 walks and 3 earned runs. So right now, actually, we are ahead 3-2, top of the 5th, and the count is 1-2 against Albies. Wow, no, you see my Skeens reaction. Defenders are not moving. That is a no-doubter. Ozzy Albies, who I just said we needed to respect despite that average, slams a solo shot, 408 feet, deep into right field, and Atlanta has tied it again. Here we go, another battle brewing in the middle innings. Back to the top of the 5th. 0-1 against Murphy. And that one caught too much of the plate and hung, but Murphy's underneath it, and we'll get our first out on a pop-up to third base. All right, 0-2 now against Orlando Arcia. Skeens trying to keep us in this game. A weak grounder off the high sweeper, and that's played at second for a casual out number 2. All right, lineup turns over for Ronald Acuna Jr. now, averaging .315, and that will go through into center field. A 2-out single for Acuna, and Skeens still trying to keep a grip on this game, keep our chances alive. It's 0-2 now, and we got him! Lots of watching strike 3 going on by Atlanta today, and we'll get out of the 5th without any further damage. Now, top 6, 1-2 against Ozuna, and no bite on the sweeper low and away. Skeens going to need something a little bit better there as the count evens up to 2-2. And that is hit hard. The shift was on, so nobody there at second base. And Ozuna has a leadoff single into right field. Skipper's going to come out. Hey, Dad. Yeah, he's a little disappointed. I think it's time. They're just getting good results. It's not a bad game by Skeens by any means, really. But we'll go ahead and bring in Clevenger. And we'll sim the rest of this. And Atlanta does take game 3. So we do drop the series, but an incredible series it was. It was really, really cool. Lots of good stuff happening there, but we drop 2 out of 3. Next against the Mets, we lose the first game, and then the Orioles acquire Cade Smith from the Guardians. They traded away Mullins, Beavers, and Cano. That's a big-time trade for the Orioles, and the reliever with 89 overall and A potential. Yeah, they might have got something good there. Wow. All right, so game 1, we take the L against the New York Mets. Game 2, okay, is a win, 9-1. Wow, great job. Game 3, we'll see Shane Baz versus David Peterson, and we lose. A really high offensive output day, but we drop the series 2-1. Now against the Phillies, who are 28-15. And Moreta is still going to be injured for the rest of the year. We win 8-6 now, a reversal from that Mets game. And that's a really good win to pick up against the Phillies to start off. Love that. Set the tone. And in game 2, it's a 9-5 victory. What a way to win. 9-5. Love that. And that seals the series for us. 2-3 at least. 2 out of 3, that is. And I'm going to take a look here at Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who's been struggling massively. We'll replace him in the 2 spot with Spencer Horwitz. And let's see, anybody else that we want to move. Keep Brian Hayes, averaging over 300. We'll put him in cleanup right now. Gonzalez will move down to the bottom of the order. Kiner-Falefa will try to hide, actually, I think, at number 8. He's just really, really not doing well, and I got to see what's going on with him. So we're going to do some player locks with him here over the next couple games, but I do want to go ahead and take a look at the trading block to see if there's any possible solution out there, and if we can find somebody. Lawrence Butler in the outfield would be very interesting, but I don't think I need him right now. Chris Bubich, not right now either. I don't think so. Anybody else that's looking good here? Casey Mize, not quite what I'm looking for either, but it could be interesting. Somebody to keep in mind, maybe. The 2.51 ERA this year looks pretty good. B potential, 73 overall, room to grow. I don't know yet. We'll see. Bummer. That's funny. Evan Carter, though, at 22 years old, B potential and a 71 overall on the increase. And he's batting .364 against Major League talent. His contract is extremely team-friendly through 2029. And, yeah, 44 at-bats, averaging .364. Why is he on the trade block for the Rangers? I don't know. But in left field, okay. If he's on the trade block, then let's try to go after him. 1-for-1 will not work with Nick York. Or York. Yorkie, I'm not sure. Probably York. I'll just say York for simplicity. But they will take the deal if we dump in Lonnie White. And he does not have a high upside. He's a 58 overall. Maybe they just want some more depth, or they don't have a spot for White. I don't really, or for Carter, that is. I'm not really sure what's going on. But if they're going to take this deal, then I'm going to take it as well. Evan Carter looks phenomenal as a prospect. Let's go ahead and get this trade done. Okay, they say it sounds like a good deal. Whatever, I'll take it. Let's go. We've been playing some good ball recently, and we are back at 500. The Brewers and the Cardinals above us. We're actually tied with the Cardinals now. But despite the good ball, we're still not quite cresting the divisional rankings. We lose Game 3, so Phillies avoid the sweep, and we go back down to 23 and 24. And here we go, a divisional week now. The Cincinnati Reds take Game 1. And in Game 2, we are met with a critical situation with the bases loaded and Nick Gonzalez at the plate. So let's go ahead and hop in there. All right, we've run the count full. Bottom of the 10th, tie game, 1 out, bases loaded. Nick Gonzalez fouls away the slider. To stay alive, we'll get another chance. Okay, here we go. Very early on that timing. Let's see what else we can get from Barlow. This will be a big moment for Gonzalez. And, yeah, he's going to celebrate. That goes to left field and deep enough. We should be able to get the runner home. We send him. They throw to third. It's offline. And the Pirates win. We walk it off after the Gonzalez sacrifice. And everybody's going to celebrate. That's a good win over a divisional rival. I will take that every day of the week. And look at the boys posing for the camera. What a shot that is. That's awesome. Colin Holderman actually gets the win off of 2 innings played and only 1 earned run. So it looks like he actually blew the save, and then we came back to walk it off and give him the victory. Holderman might be having a little bit of trouble at closing, not sure yet. And we do drop the series versus Cincinnati, 2 out of 3 going their way. Next up with the Brewers is a 4-game stretch, and we win Game 1 6-1. That's an awesome victory. Really like that. I'm a little more scared of the Brewers than the Reds. And Holderman is going to be here in the top of the 9th with 2 outs. Yeah, let's hop in and see if we can get a view on him. It's fouled away by Yelich pretty quickly, so it will remain 1 and 2. Men on the corners with 2 outs here as we're tied in the top of the 9th. And we got him! A sweeper will set him down. All right, Holderman has done his job. And we'll go ahead and return to simulating now. And nope, can't get out of the game just yet. Dennis Santana with a critical situation of his own. All right, same situation. 2 outs, men on the corners. It's 1-0 against Joseph Ortiz. And we barely miss inside with that cutter, trying to jam him, and it's 2-0 instead. Santana delivers. And that is driven deep to left field for Reynolds, who will... Yes, he brings it down. And we'll move into the bottom of the 10th now, hoping our offense can give it to us this time. Oh yeah, the boys are celebrating and the fireworks are going off. The Buccos win again, and that's 2 games against Milwaukee as we're trying to take this series. The Cubs still at the top of the crowd here, 8-2 in their last 10. So we still haven't caught them, and we're back to 500 ball. The Brewers as well are 500, but after today they'll advance, and they win 1-0. We were not able to muster more than 5 hits. Spencer Horwitz, the leader today, 2 out of 4. We struck out 11 times against their pitching. That is very rough. Mitch Keller had a great game. Bednar and Santana with perfect relief. But yeah, tough to win a game if your offense doesn't score. And we'll drop that game 1-0. So we've won 3 out of 4 and all the way down to 4th place now. So this division is really competitive, but everyone is around 500. So important to keep in mind, we're not having extreme success despite fighting for the top of the divisional rankings. And Game 4 in Milwaukee is coming up soon, but Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who I referenced earlier as we added him to the trade block, is just really not doing good. We're seeing regression. He's only averaging 186 His OBP is 227 and his slugging is 273. This is by far the biggest drop-off that we've seen. And yeah, IKF is doing terrible right now. We need to take a look at him, so I'm going to player lock here. Our first opportunity will be a defensive one as we try to get the runner, and we don't. He's in there safely, not a competitive attempt to get him. All right, so our first at-bat comes in the bottom of the second with 1 man on and 1 man out versus Tobias Myers for the Milwaukee Brewers. He's got a decent pitch mix. Swinging on the first pitch. That's a cutter. Pretty much a bullseye. Good timing, but weak contact. And that is a pop-out for out number 2. First opportunity with Kiner Falefa does not go well. 1 out now in the bottom of the 4th. We have a 2-run lead against the Brewers. And that goes through weakly and does not get past him. And he's out at first. I thought that there was a chance. Let's see. They're going to show the replay. How close was it? Played here at shortstop. And it's thrown over. And yeah, the picture proves it. He is out. Just a barely half step ahead of the throw. Or behind the throw, rather, as he is out. Another stealing opportunity. IKF is there. And that one's closer, but he is safe there as well. Here we go again. It just can't get out of defense with IKF. And that's played here with 2 outs. We'll throw. Oh, we're going to throw to third. I hit the wrong button. I meant to throw to first, and that goes to third instead. It's fine, ultimately. And here's Abner Uribe for the Brewers. The dumbest haircut in baseball. No, that's an inside joke from the Two Idiots franchise. If you guys are familiar with that, that's going to be funny to you. If not, that's going to be strange and awkward. It's 0-2 against IKF. Uribe delivering, and that is hit pretty well. Good timing, lifted to left field, and that is just another predictable pop-out. We can't get a good result so far with Isaiah Kiner Falefa, and back on defense we go. There's 1 out and 1 man on the top of the 7th. We've got a 4-run lead. Let's throw that to second and try to turn 2. And he's safe at first base. We cannot turn the double play against them. And now, bottom of the 8th, and it's 8-7. They've trimmed the lead to 1. Full count against Jared Koenig. And that is a fouled away sinker. Good timing on that one. 8 pitches so far in this at-bat. This has been a battle at the plate between Falefa and Koenig. And here it comes again.
Ball 4.
And that's inside. We'll take the cutter for ball 4 after a long at-bat. And we'll get on base with him at least. Wow, bottom of the 9th, 11-11. This is just like that Atlanta game. Trading the lead back and forth. Milwaukee done an incredible job to come back. And we'll strike out in the bottom of the 9th. All right, another opportunity will simulate. And we do end up winning 15-13. That thing went to the bottom of the 10th. Where we walked it off. So 3 out of 4 against the Brewers. That feels really good. And the box score reveals that everybody on the team got a hit except for us with IKF. That is rough. But Spencer Horwitz with 3 home runs today. Wow. Have a day, young man. In the second slot, he's doing very well so far, I would say. And wow, we had to empty the kitchen sink. All of the relievers, just about, that might actually be every single one of them. 7 relievers plus Shane Boz in order to get that victory today. We really, really had to work for it, but it was worth it. Off of that series win, we're back to 500 ball, 1.5 behind the Cubs, and we'll continue against the Arizona Diamondbacks in our player lock with IKF. Bottom of the 1st with 2 men on, nobody out. And Marte at the plate will hit it, and that's going to go to second base. We'll try to turn 2. We got it. Oh, no. Okay, they gave us the out at second base, but we bobble the ball and drop it. So no double play. And very next situation picks up where we left off in the bottom of the 1st, men on the corners. And Suarez will hit it directly to Kiner Falefa. To second base and to first, and we do successfully turn the double play there. And yeah, a little bit frustrated there that we should have already been out of it. And Merrill Kelly is pitching against IKF in the top of the 2nd. Full count, 1 man on.
That's 4.
And we'll take the cutter inside for a walk. So we get on base 1 more time. Separate game, but same result as prior. And now here in the top of the 3rd, we're ahead 4-0. It's 2-1. And good contact, good timing, but that is lifted to center field for another pop-out out. And yeah, still looking for our first hit in these player lock situations with Isaiah Kiner Falefa. Averaging 196 with runners in scoring position. That's actually slightly better than his average, which is 181. And that one is going to be driven to right field. Pretty shallow, and that is another pop out for Isaiah. This is just frustrating, you know? Like, we're getting some decent timing, getting decent contact, but nothing's dropping in for us. Top of the 6th, 4-run lead, 2 outs, man on third. And another good timing, good contact, pop-up to center field. It's just utterly predictable at this point. We're not meant to get any hits with him. Same thing as with Spencer Horwitz. There's just certain guys that the computer won't let me do. And let's try the first-person mode. We're ahead by 4. We're doing a player lock, and it even shows the line of where that's supposed to go. The throw over. This is a little disorienting for me. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I don't think that I like first-person. Bottom of the 6th, 4-run lead, 2 outs, men on the corners, runner going for second. And it's bobbled, and the catcher cannot make the throw. Okay, so no opportunity there. I'm going to go back to just the regular view. I don't think I like first person. The shaky cam is just a little too unsteady. And, okay, 1 out. Let's see if we can turn 2 to second, back to first, and we got him. We will end the 7th on the double play. All right, top of the 8th. A 5-run lead. 1 man on, nobody out against Kevin Ginkel. That's a fun name, Ginkel. I like that. Hit hard to left field, and that one will drop. That's our first hit with Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. We'll hold the runner at third. He's only got 44 speed. He would have been gunned down at the plate. And with a 5-run lead and nobody out, there's no reason to push it. Top of the 9th with 2 outs now, and we've got a bigger lead. It's 11-3. Hit hard, and well, it will drop over second base and find the gap. It is played quickly by the right fielder, so that's just a 2-out single. But finally, we're getting some results with IKF. There we go. An 11-4 win will start that series versus Arizona. And in Game 2, Paul Skeens is supposed to get the start versus Brandon Pfaadt, or Pafadita, as I jokingly pronounce that. And we'll lose 3-6. All right, situation in Game 3. Holderman in the bottom of the 9th with 1 out, trying to save it. And we do. The Pirates defeated the Diamondbacks 3-2, and we'll take that series now. So yeah, we're stringing together some good baseball, I'd say. Cubs are still doing well, but let's take a look at that trading block one more time. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and just add Isaiah Kiner-Falefa to the trading block. I think I've seen enough throughout this year so far and in the player lock situations. We just can't get anything done with him. So let's go ahead and put him on the block. We'll place the feelers out there and see what we get. And Mitch Keller is injured for a week or 2 off of a shoulder pull. It's not the biggest injury, thankfully, so we can replace him here shortly. We'll find somebody to fill that slot. And it's going to be Bailey Falter. Through 41 innings, he's got a 3.27 ERA, and he's got plenty of starter stamina, 72 that is. So yeah, Bailey Falter will take that spot there, just in the meantime while the injury persists. Yeah, he's looked pretty good. He's given up 8 home runs in 41 innings, which is not good. That's probably his worst stat, though. Only 18 strikeouts is pretty low as well, but he's not the worst candidate just for an injury replacement. All right, so 29-29. We keep hovering around 500. We lost 2 games now against the San Diego Padres, and the Braves are interested in a trade offer. They immediately bite on Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. And they're offering up starting pitcher J.R. Ritchie, who's making $60K. It's probably a double-A player right now. 21 years old, C potential, 65 overall. And yes, he is in double-A. He's got a decent attribute line. Okay. I kind of like what I'm seeing. He's got some increases in some categories. And he's only pitched 6 innings. Just 1 start so far, but a 3 ERA. So he allowed 2. I don't know. I like this. We don't have much in the pipeline for starting pitching. He's very young. He's got a C potential, so he'll grow another 10 points or so, and I don't think we're going to really get anything better for Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. A straight-up trade for a decent starting pitcher prospect? I think I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger on that. We've got some other guys we can move up from shortstop, so I'll go ahead and accept this from the Braves. Thank you very much. And let's figure out the placement on where we want to put him. I think at shortstop, it's time to call up Sung-Chae Chang. And we highlighted him a few episodes ago in our minor league report where he nearly split a pitcher in half down in AAA. So I think that he's doing well enough. He's got a 275 average and a 758 OPS. So he's doing really well, I think, against AAA. Let's see how he does if we call him up. He's 23 years old right now and a 64 overall. Let's go ahead and see what he can do against Major League talent. Welcome to the big show, Sung-Chae Chang. And I do think that's a good spot to end this episode today. It's been fun. We ended at 29-30 in third place, 5-5 for our last 10. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will catch you on the next episode of the Pirates franchise.